Solana is one of my favorite layer 1 ecosystems in the entire crypto market. We've seen it explode in value over the last 12 to 18 months, and many users and developers are picking Solana over Ethereum, over Cardano, over other layer 1 projects because of its fast transaction speeds and low costs. Recently, a couple of big announcements that came out with Solana has been first, Solana NFT total sales volume crossed $1 billion. We've talked about this, how it's very important and shows that Solana NFTs are finally starting to achieve some scale. Yes, they haven't yet reached Ethereum in terms of total volume, but they're starting to get there. Second thing we've been seeing is that OpenSea, new rumors came out that Solana is potentially adding going on. So Solana is one of my favorite Solana is one of my favorite layer 1 ecosystems in the entire crypto market. Over the last 12 to 18 months, we've seen it explode in value, and many developers and users have started to pick Solana over Ethereum in terms of development and in terms of just using the platform. Going on. So Solana is one of my favorite layer 1 ecosystems in the entire Solana is one of my favorite layer 1 ecosystems in the entire crypto market. Recently, we've seen its entire Solana is one of my favorite layer 1 ecosystems in the entire crypto market. Over the last 12 to 18 months, we've seen an explosion in number of projects and NFT sales and everything related to Solana because Solana has faster transaction speeds and lower costs than Ethereum. That is why so many people have started to flock towards Solana. One of the big announcements that came out recently for Solana in terms of growth was that it just surpassed Solana NFT total sales volume of $1 billion. This was a big milestone, not even close to Ethereum in terms of total sales, but it was a big milestone. Shows us that more and more people are using Solana, building on it, and transacting on it. Next thing that came out was a huge announcement from OpenSea. OpenSea, there were some leaked images that were just recently released about OpenSea adding Solana NFTs to their platform. And again, this could explode Solana's ecosystem entirely, bring it to an entire new level because no one likes the high fees that Ethereum has when buying NFTs or when transacting on its ecosystem. No one likes it. Solana has much lower fees. On top of all this, we've seen a number of projects come out for Solana recently that we've talked about in other videos, but a new project that I came across the other day was something called Alpha Protocol. We've always seen a number of new projects come out on Solana's ecosystem, but this one stood out to me just a bit. Article, I read this like 2-3 days ago, and they had a number of major investors and VCs from Zen Capital to Dust Ventures to Dib Ventures, Scorpio VC, and all of these have invested into Alpha Protocol. So this is very important because we've seen NFTs explode on Solana. We've seen, first of all, NFT marketplaces, NFT total sales. We've seen a bunch of D-apps on Solana. We've seen play-to-earn NFT games on Solana. But I haven't seen many functional D-apps for yield farming, liquidity pools, and that is exactly what Alpha Protocol does. So Alpha Protocol is essentially a platform for capital deployment on Solana for purposes of liquidity provision and yield farming, both with and without margin of up to 200x. Explains this article how by providing liquidity providers an easy way to make money, Alpha Protocol enables them to increase the value of the entire network by making it easier for capital to be deployed. So this in itself is going to bring hundreds of thousands, if not millions more people exposure to Solana's ecosystem through Alpha Protocol. One thing I want to talk about with this is 5 different features on them, which I think is going to really help explode Solana in terms of the capital deployment space and DApp space. So one thing is that first feature is that they offer leverage yield farming and liquidity provision up to 200x leverage. For those of you who aren't familiar, yield farming is an investment strategy in DeFi where essentially you lend or stake your crypto to get rewards. And it's a very simple, easy way to generate passive income in the crypto space by simply lending out your spare capital. Very easy, very simple way to do it. But the interesting thing about ALF Protocol is they offer up to 200x leverage, meaning you can make even more money, and they really maximize people's money coming into the protocol. Second thing is going to be lightning fast liquidations, protecting the protocol LPs. And they explain this in an article, which you can read all the details here. But one thing is that Ethereum is currently the leader in the smart contract space with over 70,000 nodes compared to just 1,000 for Solana. But Solana is considered to be an Ethereum killer because of the innovation and how it's tackling some of Ethereum's weaknesses, like we mentioned earlier, with faster speeds and lower costs. So one thing with these lightning fast liquidations, protecting the protocol's LP, is going to be very important because it helps to really differentiate any of these competitors that ALF Protocol has on Ethereum, because now they are being built. ALF Protocol is on Solana. Third feature is going to be lower margin requirements without sacrificing security of liquidity providers. This is very, very important because essentially lower margin requirements makes it so there's more money in the protocol, makes it so more people are likely to lock up their funds there. Fourth is going to be dynamic rates on leverage, optimize capital efficiency for all participants. And the fifth feature is incentivize liquidity pools with and without leverage. So this is all very exciting. All of these things I think are really going to help Solana grow in the capital deployment, yield farming, liquidity pool space, because we've talked about all the growth in NFTs, play to earn NFT games and metaverse cryptos, but there isn't many functional dApps out there that really are going to benefit capital deployment, yield farming, liquidity pools, and all these other features of DeFi in general. But ALF Protocol does exactly that. Last couple things I want to talk about with ALF Protocol before we get into Solana's price, some analysis with Solana's price, is going to be with right now their token, because right now they've raised a lot of money from a number of VCs, like we've spoken about. They raised money from Zen Capital, Dust Ventures, Dib Ventures, Scorpio VC. You can read all of this in this article. This is how I came across the project. But in addition to this, the important thing is that they are also going to be launching their own token, ALF. So token generation event's going to be in early Q2 2022. So they don't have a token just yet, but something I just wanted to point out because you still can get access to their private IDO pre-sale. You just click on this link right here. But just wanted to point this out to you because even though they don't have a token yet, you can't buy anything just yet. You can still get involved. Because they don't have a public sale just yet, you still can get involved with their private IDO pre-sale. So definitely make sure to check out this. I'm going to be looking into it more, doing a bit more research over the coming weeks as they're getting ready for their public sale. And I think this could really help take Solana to the next level in terms of dApps, because yes, they have NFTs, yes, they have metaverse cryptos, they have play to earn NFT games, but Solana still is lacking in terms of other developments compared to Ethereum, like these DeFi apps that really leverage yield farming, liquidity pools, and capital deployment in general. So all of this, in my opinion, is why Solana is very attractive right now at current prices. So we've talked about Solana a lot over the last 12 to 18 months, and it's really been missing a number of dApps, a number of NFT platforms. NFT volume was lacking, but now that we're starting to see more and more projects come out, I think we very well could see Solana back at record highs when the market bounces back. Right now, we have a pretty strong resistance right around $125 per coin. So that's going to be the next level that we need to see it break in order for us to achieve new record highs. So just keep an eye. Right now we have about a support. $80 per coin is the support, and we have a resistance right at 125. So we're trading in between 80, 125, pretty big range, but just keep an eye out on Solana because they're having a number of big developments from OpenSea with leaked images that they're going to be adding Solana support, Solana NFTs. We have a number of announcements from Solana NFT sales volume and with a couple of new dApps on Solana. So make sure to just check out all of this. Let me know your thoughts on Alpha Protocol, on Solana in general, and everything else going on with the platform. Because I am really bullish on Solana and really a lot of the projects I've seen with it. Some of my biggest returning investments have been from Solana dApps, Solana Play to Earn Metaverse games, and this one I think does have the same potential, same 100x potential, because they are only launching this project when they do have the token generation event at a $892,000 market cap. So they haven't launched yet, but there is some real potential here. So let me know your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.